The ceremonial opening of Parliament is that event where there is the usual pomp and pageantry, where the members of the legislature, both from the opposition and the government side, march along Duke Street into the Parliament, where the Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, makes his annual address to parliamentarians.
Jamaica is on a new path. This parliamentary year is filled with potential for great progress and prosperity.
Among the issues the Governor General spoke to was the whole issue of crime reduction, justice reform, tax reform. He also highlighted a strategic review of the NHD. Governor General also mentioned the reform of laws to protect women and children in Jamaica. He also highlighted plans to privatize government shares in a number of state entities.
We must focus on the great challenges that face us as a nation, the risks to our women and children, illicit actions by some of our citizens, and the need to deal with corruption and public inefficiency frontally. The partnerships we seek must percolate through all communities and motivate all citizens to unite in an effort to solve the vast challenges that we face. Our mandate, therefore, is to ensure that the Jamaica we seek is manifested in our everyday actions.
Four inner-city youngsters stand resolute in their belief that while the annual throne speech delivered to the nation to mark the opening of Parliament has relevance, its formative delivery requires simplicity to better appeal to the common man experiencing the issues.
I do believe that the throne speech is relevant. My issue is the fact that it's the government of the time who actually writes the throne speech for the Governor General to read. I believe that if both the opposition and the government of the time comes together to present this speech to the Governor General, then we will have transparency.
Some persons may not know what's happening in the world, so for this to be on television, it is relevant.
I don't think it relates to the ordinary person. All right. As it is known, I am from the community of Olympic Gardens. Honestly speaking, I don't think there are much persons that would look forward to seeing the throne speech or hearing from the Governor General, because as I listened and watched today, I am still trying to pick out where anything was said that will benefit my community or whatsoever. And this is the problem that I am having. I'm not saying that my community alone should be benefited, but I want to hear something about the inner city. I have not yet heard that. I'm waiting to hear more.
You have people going to university, you have working class, you have some people who does not work, some people who drop out of school from they were 10 and they have never ever returned. So I believe if you're communicating a speech to a nation, it must be done in a way where the ordinary layman can understand.
And it seems political too, because he's saying new path, great progress and prosperity. And seriously, we're not really seeing that. We're not really seeing that.
I don't think he was necessarily leaning over to one side. I believe he was just using the word in an attempt to place emphasis on things that he wants to do for the coming year. I don't think it's a political thing.
I believe that after the Governor General reads the throne speech at the opening of Parliament each year, it all goes back to the government's priority. So if the government's priority is not education, though it was highlighted in the throne speech, then he or she would the government of the day would ensure that they carry out whatever their priority is.
This year, more than any other year, I believe persons took interest in it to actually see what plans are being put in place in order to address this issue that is at hand. If we realize it literally sweep the country. So I believe that persons right now are glued to this throne speech just to hear what they are going to come with.
Me feel say if like some bigger heads child get raped or kidnapped or something, maybe at them time that them are gonna take it really, really serious. Because it's happening too frequent now.